I'm Maggie also.
So what brings you in today?
I'm just struggling with the fact that I love the decision that I made to come to college, but I'm scared that I won't be able to make it through because of financial issues, and that's really been weighing heavily on me lately.
Um, do you have financial support here at Butler?
I do through the college, but I just feel like every class I take or in the summer I took some classes and that was extra money on top of it, and I just feel like it's never gonna pay off even in the end. Like I feel like I don't have the money now, so I took it out in loans, but then at the end I just feel like it's gonna be just my life is gonna be just paycheck to paycheck paying off everything that I put away in college.
Do you have is your family supportive of you going to college?
Yeah, my family's really supportive and they're trying the best they can to help me out, but I still feel like my sister's going to school and she went to Butler and now she's at IU for optometry, so I know she's going to come out making a lot of money, and her debt and everything won't seem as much as what I feel like I'm at, and I just feel like she's the older sister who's going to be financially stable, and she's married, and her husband's gonna be a physical therapist, and so I feel like they're gonna be set, and my whole life I'm going to be just swallowed in debt. You know what I mean?
What's your major?
I'm a psychology major here.
And
so then again, it's not like I'm gonna be coming out making a lot, but I feel like I'm choosing what I want to do over, because I originally was wanting to go into occupational therapy, and then whenever I took some psychology classes, I came to realize I loved the psychology realm of everything, and I realized after I spent a summer working for the Autism Society that I didn't really care how high paid my job was at the end. I just loved spending time with the people I was with and seeing them progress throughout the summer, and that meant more to me than a paycheck. But it still is hard coming to school and realizing $500 to $700 worth of books a semester, and then on top of that thousands of dollars that I just feel like is hanging over my head, and I'm going into a career that's helping people, but then again I feel like I've just spent my whole life worth of money on it, and I'm just not gonna have anything.
Well, it's really good that you found something that you want to do and you really like to do. Have you ever thought about getting a job on campus?
I have thought about that, but I want to make sure that my grades stay up, so I don't know what options on campus you have, or something that's not maybe too stressful during school, but that could give cash throughout.
Have you gone to the career and internship services here at Butler? Well, that would be a really good thing to go check out. There's email online.
Okay.
It's in Atherton, which kind of by the post office, and that would be a really good thing just to go and talk to an advisor, especially because going to Butler, it's not cheap, but it is really great education, and it will pay off in the end, especially doing something that you really enjoy doing.
Right.
And they can kind of help you, stay afloat with money, but then also by doing something that you really like to do, or something in your major that will help you. And there's a lot of scholarships that they probably could also assist you with.
Okay.
Also, but it's really good that you have family support, because that's definitely a huge thing to have. Do you have friend support that are going through the same thing as you? Or?
Yeah, I think that. Well, I know that a couple of my friends, their parents are helping them out as well, and one of them, they're just taking it all out in loans. So it's I am having some help from my parents, which is great, but it's just the overall feeling of at the end, just having it all hang over my head. But the one friend then I think of who isn't even having help at all, is just taking it all out. I feel like, maybe I can relate to her a little bit, but I don't know how trustworthy I feel going and talking to her about it, because maybe it's just as a touchy subject for her as it is for me. So that's why I wanted to come talk to you about it.
Have you ever thought about going, because you can talk to me anytime, but have you ever thought about going to the counseling service here at Butler?
I have, but I'm one of those people who I'm not ashamed to say that I have a problem by any means, because everyone does, but I like to keep my struggles in personal life more personal, with not a lot of people knowing, and I'm afraid that if I go to those services, there will be someone in the department, like of psychology, that I would know being in there, like hearing my problems, and I just don't want it to spread like wildfire, like in a small school. You know what I mean?
And it's a really great thing that like at the counseling service they have where they keep things very private and it's just between you and the counselor, and that can always be an option. But another option is finding a friend. It is a very very touchy subject, but possibly like finding someone that would be able to like kind of help you with stuff that's like going through the same boat.
How would you recommend that I would like approach this subject with my friend? Like that's not something, like friends are the ones I know you should be able to talk to anything with them about it, but usually I come home from class and I'm like stoked to be home, and I don't really know how to get home and not be like, hey, how was class, but be like, I have money weighing on my mind, do you worry about that? You know, like I don't know how you would recommend me like going about it with them.
I mean, it's a very, very touchy subject. I would say definitely like your very close friends that kind of like know or like can notice that something's up or something's going on. And it is like very hard to talk about it because it is money and it's a very personal issue. But I think the easiest way is just kind of like, you know, not just flat out being, well, I have money problems. How is your day going? And it's like, if you like talk to your friends, like, hey, like, could I talk to you about stuff? I've just been really stressed about stuff. And maybe not making it completely on the facts, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. I'd be like, no, I'm really stressing out. I'm like trying to do school and I don't know if this is the right thing. And I feel like your friends will be a lot more understanding than you think just because of how expensive college is now, that it's like a very common thing that people have to deal with. And counseling is always still an option. It's usually you go through intake and there is like group things where it's just like students, and I know that you like don't want to like go through that outlet, but there's also like being an RA is a really good option on campus because you get your housing paid for, which would take a huge burden off of it, and it's very easy to get into.
Do you think that I'm just freaking out because of my like home life circumstances of having a sister who's not going to have to worry really necessarily, but like me who, I don't want to say worry because I'm going to come out with a great education and I'm going to like get a good job, but I don't want it to be like I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. Do you think that it's a problem, my debt, that I'm thinking it's actually an issue, or is it something that's like more in my head, I guess?
I think it's a valid issue to think about just because it's like, you know, after we're out of college, it's something that we have to deal with. And I think having your sister who's going to be very successful might be a little bit in your head, but at the same time, it's like you're having a great education, you're going to be successful.
And she's very supportive of like everything I do, and doesn't like want to like flash that how her circumstance is different from mine, but it's just like, you know, it's just like the circumstance I'm in, and I want to feel like I kind of made it in a way too, but it's just a different feeling. Like mine's going to be in a way of like helping people from point A to point B, where hers is going to be different way of.
And I think that's the same, it's different for all majors, and it's really good that you're doing something that you really enjoy doing. That I think kind of the money worries, it'll be in the back of your head, but like once you start really like doing what you want to do, what you love to do on a daily basis, and is not worrying about money and not enjoying your job, I think that like the happy part and like having like a good everyday life of helping people will kind of like outweigh those negative things, especially with that you have family support, so you're not going through it alone at any cost. And since, you know, Butler is such a small community that, you know, a lot of people are out there to help you guys and like help students, you know, perform to their best abilities, and like they want us to succeed.
Okay, thank you for all your help.
No problem.
Is there anything else that you like recommend for me, or like I know you mentioned the job on campus, but is there like anything else? Like, do you think that would make a difference, or would that just be like?
I think there's a lot of small jobs like at the HRC. It's like you kind of like people know that you're like students, so you can work as little or as much as you need. Babysitting is also a huge option, and since like if you want to go into psychology with like kids, that might be a really good outlet of, you know, finding families around here, and you never know like the, you know, connections that you can make from like successful parents. But also with babysitting, you can do as little as or as much as you want.
Okay. Thanks. I feel a lot better about everything. Thank you.